Hello and welcome to a Doctor Who book review, and today I'm looking at the Dalek Generation by Nicholas Briggs. So yeah, let's look at the cover. So at the top we have Doctor Who, DW, what you see there. Then we have a circle with the actual images inside. We have 2 planets from the Dalek Foundation. Then we have 2 Daleks and 3 Daleks also. Then we have Matt Smith in his purple Series 7 Part 2 outfit, even though this is sort of incorrect because in the book, the TARDIS in this story is Matt Smith's first TARDIS, what he had, the one he had from the end of the 11th hour right until the Angels take Manhattan. So this sort of implies that he wasn't wearing this, he was wearing his sort of little tweed jacket, not his big long purple frock coat. But I can see why they use that, because it's a very good image of Matt Smith in a dynamic pose, running, and it keeps it consistent with the other Series 7 books. And on the bottom we have BBC Books Dalek Generation by Nicholas Briggs, and on the side we have an orange background with DW. Now people have sort of complained saying, oh, I don't really like it, but I like it because it stands out from the other books what you have. Dalek Generation, Nicholas Briggs, and then we have a small image of the cover there, BBC Books. And on the back we have this sort of orange feel to it again. Then we have a picture there and a quote and the blurb, which I shall read in a minute. So yeah, let's go on to me. Okay guys, so now I'm going to read the blurb. Sunlight 349 is one of the countless Dalek Foundation worlds. Planets created to house billions suffering from economic hardship. The Doctor arrives at Sunlight 349 suspicious of any will where the Daleks are apparently a force for good. And determined to find out the truth, the Doctor knows they have a far more sinister plan. But how can he convince those who have lived under the benevolence of the Daleks for a generation? But convince them he must, and soon. For another Foundation planet, archaeologists have unearthed the most dangerous technology in the universe. Then we have BBC Doctor Who, a thrilling new adventure featuring the Doctor as played by Matt Smith in a spectacular hit series from BBC Television. Okay guys, so that's basically the blurb and the back of the book. So now let's go to my thoughts on the story. Okay, so all my thoughts on the Dalek Generation. The Dalek Generation is a fantastic book. Nick Briggs really does know how to write for the Daleks, and the Daleks themselves are sheer brutes. And they're sort of an amalgamation of Daleks we've seen before, such as Power of the Daleks, Tangled Web, Dalek Master Plan and Parting of the Ways. Also, Nick Briggs adds his own Dalek creation, the Dalek Time Controller, a Big Finish Dalek. And I find the Dalek Time Controller far more interesting than his Supreme Dalek, because the Dalek Time Controller is all-seeing and all-powerful. Also, Nick Briggs really does capture the essence of the 11th Doctor with his speech and mannerisms, making you as a reader making it really easy for you guys to picture the 11th Doctor. Also, if you've ever wondered what happened to the 11th Doctor's eyebrows, this story you find out what happened to them, because if you've noticed, like most people have, because there are many sort of images on Google Images of Matt Smith with eyebrows and stuff like that. Because if you've noticed from when he first started, he had eyebrows and then they become lesser and lesser. And in this, I don't know if this is intentional by Nicholas Briggs by making his eyebrows sort of singe by some weird thing, what I'm not going to say. Whether that was intentional, I don't know, but it made me chuckle. Okay, so what are my overall thoughts on this book? The book itself is a real romp of an adventure. You have action, you've got the Doctor being involved with space, police, hovercraft chases, and the Doctor breaking out of Dickensian-styled orphanages, and the Daleks shooting in the sky while this chase is going on. It's just fantastic, and there's a lot of action in this, and the story doesn't make sense to begin with, but as the book progresses it's sort of like a mystery, and you start to put the pieces together and it sort of all links in and it's just beautiful. And I do believe that Nick Briggs should write a TV episode for the new series with the Daleks, because I believe that Nick Briggs is the man to bring the Daleks back to their former glory. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this book because it's action-packed, as I've said, and it does pull on your heartstrings. It may not seem it by the cover, but there are 3 children characters, and you definitely do feel sorry for those characters. and you're put in the Doctor's boots. A bit of the Time Lord Victorious does come out in the 11th Doctor, involving those three characters. I'm not going to say what it is because that will just ruin the sort of heartstrings really being pulled. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Dalek Generation. It's a fantastic book, and it's probably my favourite from the Series 7 range, from the Plague of the Cybermen and the Shroud of Sorrow. I mean, they're equally as brilliant, but this one really does stand out from the crowd. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in my next book review, which is Tales of Trenzil.